What's up, YouTube? Poor Man Podcast back with another video. Give me the HBO special. That's a help a brother out special. Hit the like and the subscribe button for more content. Let's get right into the video.
So if you're not on the gay girl side of TikTok, then you might not know that at the moment, JoJo Siwa is in a little bit of hot water because she is currently dating a known Trump supporter. So of course that's calling into question if JoJo Siwa herself is also a Republican and possibly a Trump supporter. And I just have to say, as a person in marine conservation, the idea that JoJo Siwa is a Republican is not that ludicrous. The amount of exploitation it takes to create a JoJo Siwa is astronomical, and I mean exploitation of people and the planet. I mean, look at the merch that she creates. It's all really cheap stuff made in places where the people aren't paid a fair wage. That's how it's so cheap. And that's also how she became so popular. And over the years, as I've talked to Trump supporters and Republicans to try and understand their logic, it has generally come down to one consensus, and that's that they put their wealth and their status above the needs and basic human rights of everybody else on the planet. Which seems like it might unfortunately be what's happening here.
Holy moly, God forbid one thing in this country isn't political. God forbid you go and date people or you surround yourself with people that actually have good character and not care about their political opinions. Because anybody can just say something, anybody can have a political opinion, but what do you actually do as a human being? How do you demonstrate yourself? How do you carry yourself? What do you actually do? Because I judge people based on their actions, but I guess that's not okay because they don't have the same political opinion as me. Because some people can just say anything, like the girl in this video just said JoJo only makes her money through exploiting people, yet she ignores the fact that she has a smartphone. And let's just be completely honest, the 6-year-olds that are making your smartphones in these factories in China don't necessarily care about the gender wage gap. So you can point the finger and say, oh, she's bad because she's exploiting people and she made money from it, yet you ignore the fact that pretty much all of the conveniences in your life are due to exploitation of somebody else across the pond. And isn't it ironic sometimes how the same people that say they don't want to be a part of identity politics are the same people that characterize whole groups and decide to go against those groups because of their identity politics? And I know I talk about feminism and feminists a lot, but when I meet feminists, I judge them based on their characters. I judge them based on how they treat people, as I do everybody. I don't care about your skin or your gender. Because it's okay to hate an idea, which feminism, by the way, I hate that idea, but I don't hate feminists. And I definitely wouldn't discriminate against a feminist because of her political opinions. I just find it really interesting and ironic how the same people will say that you shouldn't discriminate due to weight, you shouldn't discriminate due to race, you shouldn't discriminate due to gender, will openly discriminate against a person because of their different political opinion. Everything in the country doesn't have to be political. You can judge people based on how they treat other people.
When you're in a relationship, what are some of the techniques that you'll use to like nag the guy so we can look out for those as men?
I don't know, just lower his self-esteem, I guess, calling him names or something.
Because those are some of the things you've done with him in the past?
Yeah, I guess.
What are some of the mean things that you've said to your boyfriend, even though he's doing his best?
If they have like a dream or something, you know, like try to insult that to kind of like get them down, I guess.
Just tell him like you're nobody, your rap career is not going to work out. What's the ultimate goal? Just to keep him in like a constant state of like depression?
I guess kind of like make them doubt themselves about like who they are as a person and like their own personalities and stuff like that, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, thanks. That's great. We'll watch out for that.
Yeah, guys, you got to watch out for this. Like, everybody understands that there's just a line that you just don't cross. Even if you're mad at somebody you love, you still love that person, and there's a line that you don't cross. If you have a person that habitually crosses that line and says things just to hurt your feelings, then you're going to want to take note of that and proceed with caution. And of course, in relationships, you're always going to say things that you regret, especially in heated moments. But if somebody's doing that often, then you got to watch out for that. Women tend to demonstrate aggression through ways that will exonerate them from all responsibility. By the way, this stuff is well documented. This is behavioral science. All the clinical studies are in. You guys can go look this stuff up yourself. You don't have to go straight to the comments and go, no, men will do this too. Go look it up yourself.
I graduated top of my class in business school. I lead a team of over 100 people. And since I joined the company, my department has increased revenue by 35% year over year. Also,
I make 18% more than her. It's time to close the gap on pay equality.
let's all do our part.
Oh my goodness. And this is the problem with the wage gap conversation, is because they go 18% and then they walk off and think that they made a point. Do you guys work for the same company? Because you're talking about 35% revenue increase year over year, but 35% of a $100 million company is different than 35% from a $10 million company. Did you negotiate your wage? And I know Jordan Peterson talks about this, but guys are more disagreeable. We're more likely to say, hey, pay me more or I'm going to leave and go to the competitors, because everybody is looking for a person that can increase revenue 35% year over year. So if you don't pay me more, I'm going to leave. Men are more likely to negotiate their wage. How many hours did you work? Women are more likely to take time off to cater to sick children, as they should, because they're mothers. But when you cater to sick children, you could also get sick. So then you have to take more time off. Women work on average 37 hours a week, while men work on average 42 hours a week for various reasons, but one of them happens to be because they cater to children. And these are the important components that are often ignored when having this conversation, especially when it doesn't fit your narrative. I actually just did an interview with a guy called Nate the Lawyer in Flake Talk, where we talked about the gender wage gap and we debunked the whole thing. Turns out the USA women's soccer team wants to be paid more than the men. You guys should go check it out.
Medusa lived with a hideous curse. I mean, the whole turning people to stone thing was a bit of a buzzkill, right? So she ordered sunglasses with Prime, one-day delivery. Clever girl. People realise she's actually hilarious once you get to know her. Ugh, as if... Well, he was asking.
Oh my God.
Prime changes everything.
This is pretty much the image that women consistently see through media. It's in the movies, it's in the music, it's in the commercials, it's everywhere. And then people wonder why the dating market is dying. Every time a man approaches a woman, it's not harassment. And just because she doesn't like the guy doesn't mean she can kill him, Amazon. Not only did she kill him, but they laughed about it and said he was asking for it. What if I said that about a girl in a short skirt? Every time Amazon's in hot water, they try to use social justice in order to clear their name. Hey, if you want social justice, stop using 6-year-olds to make your cheap products. But that's not an option, so you just go shit on men. The same guys that drive all your trucks, the same guys that deliver all your packages, the same guys that work the long hours necessary to get my wife her Lululemon leggings in 2 days or less. Oh, you're just going to throw them under the bus because you don't let your employees go to the bathroom. And this is the route a lot of companies take, because they understand women are more likely to impulse buy things that they don't actually want to impress people. 65% of all consumer debt is owned by women, and Amazon understands the only way they can get their piece of the pie is if they throw men under the bus. It's crazy because women are really going to eat this up, but the idea that Amazon cares about anything other than profit is laughable. Till next time.